Hi everyone, welcome back to more of the Horror at Highrook. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So we are continuing to play around with this game a little bit, although loading back in here, it kind of seems like it has not saved the progress we were making on what we were doing, which is kind of odd. At least I'm pretty sure we were actually doing stuff. You were definitely resting because you were very beat. And apparently I can't even click on you. There we go. Yeah, fatigue very, very high. Dr. Caligar just arrived, so I had Dr. Caligar resting. Then we had other stuff going, but it seems like that, because it wasn't finished, is just erased. So we're working getting the lab code, which will unlock the laboratory up here for us in the, what is this, manor? House. So what we're doing is investigating the disappearance of an entire family, and it seems like there was a lot of supernatural shenanigans going on. The lord of the house found kind of references to a special item that was hidden underneath the house and sent his son to go collect it, who then put it on, and that caused some kind of unusual things to happen. We've arrived after the family has disappeared, trying to figure out what's going on, and the necklace is supposed to be locked up in the chapel, I believe, from notes that we found. And then we're kind of going through doing different tasks. So we have a variety of things we can do to kind of keep everybody sane and help us out as we do stuff. Once the laboratory is free, we have some items we can make down here. We'll kind of see how things go from there. I don't think anybody else is too banged up. Your fatigue's very high. Yeah, so just our Atticus Hawk character. So we have to reset what everybody was doing. You were sleeping. Yes, go back to sleeping. I don't know why I screwed that up. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Atticus. In the machine room, you're unlocking the code, which we do need the gift of the monkey to help out with. We were already doing that before. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating that it's sort of forgotten the progress we're making. And you're going to keep checking out the archive. Up here in the kitchen, we could make another meal, but I think we want to wait to do that. So I don't really have anything else for you to do other than maybe checking out the cliff top and doing some more scavenging for us for just different resources we can find. So let's do that. So we've now got 4 people, but one of them resting. Dr. Caligar also has kind of a unique thing. I just want to make sure nobody else has any conditions. So Dr. Caligar is an alcoholic, which does cause some problems. If she doesn't drink alcohol, she takes some damage. If we don't drink for a few days, it will go away. So like she kicks it, but I mean we do have booze, so that's an option. But the booze is kind of there for dealing with madness. Speaking of madness, how are we doing on that? We have seen a little bit of stuff with the ghost running around. Yeah, just 5% on Scholar Vitali, but that's it. All right, let's go ahead and just let it run. See what we can find. I don't know if these will actually be done around the same time. Looks like the machine room is going to be done sooner. Complete and in a timely fashion. So we find Simon's note number 2. I'm getting sick. Must have got a cold from the caves, and the hurt from the necklace is still there. So I think this is the sun. I'm writing this sitting, yeah, in the medicine room. I'm waiting for Amy to make me a special sleepy drink. I really do not like being sick. Maybe the necklaces put a curse on me. I'd throw it off the cliff if I could. Pa do not seem to care. He's still singing his sad song and doing his big chalk drawings. I can hear him in the chapel from my room sometimes. I hope he doesn't get sick too. Anyway, Amy says it's best not to talk to him about it at the moment. She says he's been all quiet and strange of late. He's not like his normal self. The note confirms what I already suspected. Simon's illness was some form of otherworldly malady, contracted when his father involved the boy in his occult research. Dr. Caligar adjusts her masks and begins to pace around the room. No wonder my colleague couldn't identify the cause of the problem. I only wish I'd been there to explain or to examine him. His description of the ailment and the pain is most intriguing. That poor mite. His father's nothing but a coward, sending his son into the undercoves because he daren't go there himself. Meddling in the dark arts is stupid enough, but including kids in such danger is unforgivable. And he'd look down at us docs folk if he passed us in the street. Ugh. Atticus, it's not our role to judge Lord Acheron's morals. Why do I keep thinking it's Ackerton? Simply to follow his trail. Vitali opens his arm in an appeal for calm. But we can agree that the son's illness was related to his father's work. We should try to find this necklace. I would like to know how it's involved in the Seeker's plans. So we do know, according to something we found, that that should be in the chapel. It was locked up in the chapel. We do have access to the laboratory, so now we can do some stuff with that. I don't know that... do you have the skill necessary? Yes, you do have substances, so I think you can actually use the laboratory. So we can make a few things. Healing Sprig. Let's see. Create a restorative treatment. So this one installs vivid dreams and nighttime visions. So probably something that would assist secrets or something like that, I would guess. The oil, blood, lubricants. Let's do that first. I feel like we might need that at some point. So let's throw you in the laboratory. And you're doing okay, right? Yeah, you're doing fine. Let's have you go ahead and start working on that. Yeah, we just need one, so we're fine with that. And we could work on the other items. So we're still working on resting, checking out the archives, and scrounging for some supplies. We did found these. I don't know if we found them in the courtyard or we found them out of the cliff top. I think we found them in the cliff top scavenging here. We were digging around in the courtyard a little bit before, too. It's too bad I can't have multiple people working at the same time in a room. What a restless night. So we did find another gift of the monkey. So something to help us out with any like mechanical tasks. So sort of an inspiration of sorts. So booster matrix also, just kind of have those. So we have something for incantations, secrets, mechanical stuff. This is scavenging, I think, and like making potions and stuff. So you're now fully rested, right? Yes, excellent. Okay. We did find some other stuff. We found some more moon grain, which we can use to make moonshine with, but I think I tried last time and just didn't make it, which was kind of weird. We do have a bit of time if we want to do something else. We did find a seeker's letter. Dear Gideon, your efforts have been noticed. You are new to the communion, yet we already sense your potential, or great potential in your practice. As we discussed, we will aid in your work and provide such guidance as we can. In return, you must follow that guidance and pledge yourself to our order. As you are aware, Highrook rests above the Black Sands undercoves, a network of subterranean smuggling routes and hidden chambers. An old Seeker's sanctuary lies still within those caves. Descend and locate that shrine if you can. We believe objects of great power still remain there, hidden in the gloom, the communion. Okay, so it gives us a little bit more information. So you're still working. You're all done. What are we going to do now? Well, we could still scrounge. We could still check out the archives. You are quite tired, though. Actually, you're both quite tired. Can you check out the archives? No. Can you do anything in the cliff top? No. Okay. We could scrounge around in the courtyard. So there's nothing really else that I can do. I can't have you cook anything. Yeah, really all you can do is scrounge in the courtyard, but I don't think there's really much there to do. We don't have anything to go after in the study. So I feel like one of you two resting is what we need to do. Let's have Hawk do it. And then just because I don't have anything else for you to do, how about you scramble around? I don't know if we don't do anything, do I actually increase in my like level of fatigue? So if we just kind of rest and don't actually bother, are we fine? Wait, did I lose some other mushrooms? I thought I had some other mushrooms. I guess we just have the Raven's Cap. I would like to use this. This we can use whenever, so it's fine. So next we'll do the Dream Leaf before that goes away. We should have time to do that. Yeah, so over here, you are going to rest. I don't really have anything else for you to do, so we'll go ahead and have you kind of check out the courtyard. And I don't really have anything else for you to do. Actually, what else can you do? Okay, you can't cook anything for me. You can't forage for anything. So yeah, just keep checking out the archives, I suppose. So now people kind of on different tracks and timers because things do take different amounts of time to finish. Oh, we had a ghost pop up in the study. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the sun is dead, and that's his ghost occasionally. We've only seen his ghost, though. No one else's. Alright, so we made some machine oil up here. Looks like it doesn't go away. It's a support item, a bottle of foul-smelling lubricant useful for all manner of mechanical tasks. So we will grab that and put that down here as well. Just kind of spread the stuff out. So we have quite a few things to help out with mechanical stuff. I can't use the guest room right now, so we're going to have Dreamleaf. We'll use that. Let's go ahead. You don't have enough. We do have something to boost that. Actually, I don't think I read the laboratory. A small, dingy clinic, its scarred desk crammed with analytical chemicals and broken scientific tools. Despite its decrepit condition, we could use this space for our alchemical needs. Well, I do have one item. So we could use our catalytic powder. I'd rather use that than have this go away, I think. I don't know if it's actually that useful to me. So if we add the catalytic powder, we can actually make that. So let's do that. Everybody else is kind of on the same track here for time. Probably nothing's going to pop up in the courtyard, I would guess. Oh, we did find stuff. Better get up now, I suppose. Alright, so you're all good, nothing special. A little bit hungry, nothing too crazy. So we do have kind of our needs up here. What is second one? Aster? Is that madness? No, fatigue. Okay. Madness is the spiral. Alright. So we did actually find a bunch of stuff here. I'm actually really surprised. So, chemical worksheet. Hey, look at that. We just used an item for this and we find one. A detailed hand-drawn sheet of chemical tables and molecular diagrams translated from some ancient tongue. It provides a guiding matrix for budding alchemists to lay out their calculations. This worksheet could support our activities in the library. So just another support item, very nice. Over here we found a couple things we can use. So we have Focus Fern. A clutch of leathery leaves the color of an overcast day. When steeped in boiling water, this herb will result in a brew that can help focus and study. And I think that that makes the owl tea. I think we used that before. So once it's made, we're good. But this we can cook with, right? Yes, so it's a cooking check. We also found the rusted box. A delivery case of mottled metal. Its small size indicates that it might be used for transporting documents or stationery. The winter months spent beneath brambles and leaf mold had caused its lock to rust and seize. It will require some persuasion to open. So in the machine room, we can do something with that to get that open, but it is going to be a big check at 3. Could you do that? No. Okay. Unfortunately, you're busy for a little bit, so that's fine. Once you're done, we could just swap you out. So we could just kind of hang out for a bit, and then swap in. You'll come down here, although you are getting tired. Not that bad, though. 17%. Scholar is pretty bad. Okay. What I'm going to do, you're rested, so you're going to go in the kitchen, and you're going to cook us another meal. So we have that ready to go. The meals last for quite a while, but they do eventually expire. So you're going to do that. You're going to continue working up there. You go ahead and rest. And I'm just going to have you hang out and wait. And once she's done, she'll work on the machine room, getting the box open, and you'll just jump in and start working on the healing sprig, I think. Is there anything I can do? Yeah, this is just we eat it and that's it. I don't really know that I want to do that. I feel like that's a very bad idea. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let's have the meals and then other stuff. Well, I do have the moonshine over here, so we could have the meals there too. But since we are on a timer, I do want to keep an eye on that. All right, we'll go ahead and go. So you're just going to hang out. So I'm curious. Okay, so your fatigue's at 7%. Let's see when that's done, if it's gone up just from you not doing anything. You might have to do an action to actually increase your fatigue. But I would think at a certain point... Yeah, it went up anyway, even though we weren't doing anything. Alright, so we made a dream draft. Dream draft. Tonic frowned upon by the dispensaries of Cairn Cross Yard. It's said to be a powerful soporific, and one that elicits wild dreams. Caligar studies the bottle, swirling the contents around. Lord Acheron was growing the leaves that make this potion. If we were to use a dose in place of the night lamp when we sleep, we might find out why. Okay, so that's our next thing we probably want to do. I feel like that's also a bad idea. We'll have to wait till we're not resting to do that. You are tired, but you're going to jump on the box. We're going to need some assistance for that, though. And then you can go ahead and start making some owl tea, I believe. Yes, you have the substances, so we're fine on that. So up here, we'll make the healing sprig into the LT. Just have more items ready to go. You are currently resting. Over here for the machine room, we need 2 more things to help out to get this taken care of. So I'm assuming we can put as many things in here as we want to. Yeah, so it does look like there's a limit, though, of 2. So I'm assuming some stuff later will give us more than +1 bonuses if we have something very difficult. I am curious what's in the box, so we're going to go ahead and work on that. So we're going to work on opening the box, finish cooking, making some more LT, and getting that resting done. Next person needs to rest. We'll go ahead and use the dream draft, although I'm not sure that's a great idea. Strange dreams, but I've rested. Alright, we've got another basic meal done. So you should still be fine, 7%. You're busy, you might be my highest at 24. 9. You just finished resting. So yeah, we'll probably send you in to rest next. Since you are rested, back to the archives with you. Seems like we keep finding interesting stuff. I'm actually surprised something came up in the courtyard because we had something pop up at one point saying like we should not look here anymore. Like what's the point looking here anymore? So we'll have to swap the night lamp out for the dream draft for our next person. I'm just going to do that now, just before I forget. So somebody can have some horrific dreams. But we're not going to worry about that quite yet. Actually, what am I doing with you? Getting hungry, too. So we could go ahead and make some moonshine. Or we could scrounge. Let's just make some moonshine. That seems appropriate to me. Just so we're all being somewhat productive. But now my timing is kind of off everywhere. Alright, a few things done. Hey, we got another piece here. So, healing dose. Chemist bottle holding a swirling restorative dose, extracting from local healing herbs. We can use this in the right clinical setting to heal our injuries. So, a clinical setting. Where would that be? What would be considered a place we would heal, potentially healing up? I don't know. If I had to guess, Lord's Chamber, Chapel, maybe, something like that. So we don't have a place we can actually heal up yet. We can have a place we can eat, but that's about it. All right, so this... Let's put this with these items here. Stuff we can use. We do have the Focus Fern. We probably want to do something with. And down here, we just come up with another dream draft. So opening the box, we have a delivery note, dream draft, and then another one of these symbols. So this one looks like it would be center bottom. So we just need one more. So another way to get that dream draft potentially. Trying to sort these up in a way that kind of makes sense in my brain. Delivery note. Dear X, please find your order enclosed. Firstly, the soporific draught you requested from Cane Cross. Be aware that its effects can be quite potent. Take a dose in place of your usual nightcap to encourage exotic dreams. Secondly, the vellum from Deepspire Library. Our operator could not retrieve the entire folio, but did extract the page you described. As usual, there's no return process should you decide that the item is not what you require. We must also remind you that it would be imprudent to mention this or any of our other transactions in public. SM. Alright, some interesting stuff popping up there. Alright, so I think we're set. So the focus fern, that's a cooking task. So I can't do that with you. Yeah, that's too bad. Alright. Mechanist Aster. I don't know that it matters who is the one to rest with the dream draft. Requirements not met. Oh, we need the dream stat. Okay. So you have that. I wonder does the scholar as well. The scholar does also. Scholar's busy, so yeah, we'll have you rest then. You're at 14, like it's something. Not sure what I'm going to do with you. So you go ahead. Take the dream draft, see what happens. Progressing the story a bit. What are we going to do with the mechanist? Okay, you could actually cook something, but the kitchen's busy. You could eat the raven's cap, although I feel like that's a really bad idea. She doesn't have any injuries. I mean, what else can I do with you? Anything? You could scavenge, forage for us a bit. Yeah, I feel like that's all I can do at the moment. You're going to need a rest soon, though, so for now, we'll just have you forage a bit. Just trying to make sure we get some kind of use out of everyone at all times. See what crazy stuff happens when the dream draft dreams hit us. Kitchen. Perhaps we should focus our efforts elsewhere. So we found nothing in the archives this time. I don't know that I have anything else I can do with you, though. Yeah, for the moment, there really isn't anything else of use. We don't have any items to check out there. We just have the focus fern, which is a cooking thing. We could eat some raven's cap. I feel like that's a really bad idea. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, so again, this is another time we've tried using... I wonder if there's a limit on moonshine, because we've used 2 now trying to make moonshine, and we couldn't. That's the second time. So I don't know if we failed the check, but we've just meeting the requirements. There's no dice roll or anything. There's no percentages. So we met the requirement. We should have been able to make another moonshine. So I'm wondering if there is a limit. Nothing I've seen has indicated that there should be. Oh, here we go. Max 2. I thought this was something to do with the number of people we could use it on at the same time, but I guess it's actually the maximum number we can have in our inventory. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. All right. Focus Fern makes LT. We can only have 1 LT, so there's no point doing that. Well, that's disappointing, I will have to say. Is there a maximum number of meals we can have? Yes, 2. Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we can't make more LT. We could eat this. Kind of bummed we didn't find anything else in the archives. It's kind of indicating that there is no point, but I really don't have anything else for you to do. You're not tired, so I guess we'll just keep checking out the archives. So this is going to be a bust. I don't really have anything to do in the kitchen now. If we're hungry, could eat. Yeah, not very much. Highest 16% for Atticus. So I guess we'll have you just kind of scratch the ground in the courtyard. And I'm not doing anything in the archive. I mean, I don't have anything else for you to do. So, keep doing it. Should have this done very soon. Hey, sleep offers some repair. Okay, we have some more resources if we need it. So we have some raw meat, and we have some moon grain. So at least we got something possibly useful. Up here, dream of a lost book. A vision from a dream, hastily recorded on torn notepaper. I'm adrift in the air like a mote of dust suspended in the fragrant air of the dining room. Someone has been drinking. A tired-looking man in a crumpled gown and broken spectacles, Lord Acheron. He sighs, wiping something from his eyes as he places a card on the table in front of a ragged journal. The card is inscribed with some sort of machine code. He places it loosely into the journal and finishes his drink. Stumbling to his feet, he knocks the book from the table. It stumbles to the floor, sliding underneath a nearby cabinet. So in the dining room, we can use this. Okay, we probably want to do that. What kind of action is it? Sensation. No, we don't even need any, so anybody can do that if we want to. You were quite tired, so we're going to have a night lamp back up in here. We'll have you go ahead and check this out. You can rest. So just enjoy a nice peaceful rest. Since you had the dream, it kind of makes sense. We'll go ahead and have you check out the location of where the book might have gone underneath the cabinet. Okay, all kinds of stuff. The vision was true! We did find some more stuff here. So some dream leaf. The dream leaf made the dream draft, right? And the oil bud made the lubricant that we used. So a few interesting things. You're almost done there. Found a coded journal. Information held within this volume is obfuscated with an advanced symbolic code. It may require significant time and expertise to unravel. It does require 3. As far as secrets go, we do have a couple things to help out, so we should be able to get into it without too much trouble. Do you have secrets or mysteries? Yes, you do have 1. So we can do that. Everyone's got a 1, so even you just have a 1. And we do have the 2 items we need, so we're going to check out the coded journal. Dr. Caligar, you go ahead and carry on with that. Yeah, we're fine. So we can support with 2 things. We have enough for secrets. So we have the tracing charcoal and we have the LT. So that'll let us solve or figure out what's in the coded journal. So you're going to work on that. You're resting, checking the archive. You have nothing at the moment, but we could go ahead and do something. Could make a dream draft with somebody in a bit. So when she's done resting, you can't do that. As far as cooking, so we could make more LT, but I probably want to wait for it to go away first. So let's let this start going before we do that. Yeah, nothing in the archives again. That's disappointing. I was hoping we'd have at least a chance of finding something, even if it wasn't like super useful. We probably found everything that's in kind of the options that will pop up at this point, which is unfortunate. All right, let's move some of this stuff over. So our bonus items here we're sort of running out of. All right, you. Yeah, you can't alchemy anything, and you can't cook anything. The focus fern, though, let's go ahead and start on that. So that'll make another LT. And then I just have nothing for you to do. Yeah, I don't have anything. We could take a dream draft and see, but I think probably at some point we're going to need that later. So I don't really want to burn it. So I'm just going to have you hang out. I mean, I just don't have anything for you to do. I mean, we could try continuing to check out the archives, but I feel like there's no point. We've had 2 in a row now, just nothing has popped up. Okay, this might be going a bit fast. I was hoping this would be done sooner. Sleep mends many woes. So we have another gift to the monkey. So you can make stuff in the laboratory. So we might as well do that. Let's go ahead and make some more of the lubricant. You tired? A little bit. I don't really want to waste the dream draft. We could, because we do have the dream leaf. So I could just throw them in there for a dream and just see what happens. But probably something big is going to happen as a result of this. But if I don't have anything else for you to do, I guess we could go ahead and have you rest. This is going to be done too soon. It's not going to do anything. That sucks. Can I stop or delay an action? No, I can't. That's too bad. So we're going to finish this just a bit too early to replace the LT that we're burning up there. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, and a ghost kid showed up. That's going to drive madness up a little bit on her part. We'll probably want her out of there as soon as we possibly can. Yeah, that really blows. Okay. Do I want to bother doing anything else with you? Getting pretty tired. We'll throw you in the sleep as soon as he's done. Okay, got all kinds of stuff. So you're done. Got some machine oil. So the machine oil is mechanical. Yeah, so same as the chemical worksheet. Oh, no, that's same as this stuff. So we have quite a few mechanical ones keep popping up. And we want you out of there ASAP. So I'm just going to throw you into the room right away. So you're good. Might want to look at everyone's hunger here before we do anything crazy. 20%, 14, 16. Yeah, probably 25-ish. Let's have you go ahead and rest. We found a bunch of things up here. Hey, chapel code. Look at that. I'm assuming that will be the last piece there. Well, it doesn't look like it fits, does it? So maybe it is bigger than this. Like I was thinking initially it would be quite large. So we're away from the ghost. Let's take a look at what we have. Gideon's note. I heard the hounds again last night. I could not decide if their howling was real or just echoes in my own mind. I've barely slept. Simon's condition is worsening. I must find a solution either in words or actions. The eye will not close again. I must find a way to blind it while I seek the cure. I can still see the key in my dreams. Her bifurcated head, that dark gaping maw. But no, I am a seeker now, even without the ceremony. I will step beyond the threshold. I will compel the instruments of Nibiru to obey me. Chapel code. A slip of creased card inscribed with neat lines of numbers and symbols. It appears to be a key code of some kind. On the reverse surface, the image of a mouth is stamped in purple ink. So we can do something in the machine room with that. So we'll go ahead and just throw that in there. Fragment of something more. The dark traceries and dislocated symbols offer only a glimpse of what the whole might be. Yeah, definitely not a matching piece. We can't rotate these either. Yeah, I feel like this is a bit more complicated. Maybe something more like this. It could... Don't think it's like that. I think we've got like an eye symbol in the middle here. So this part of the eye, center part of the eye, other part of the eye. Probably like that, and then we're missing a piece here. That would be my guess. But it could even be something like bigger. Like quite big. But if I had to guess, at the moment, something like that. Okay. Well, we know we want to do here. You're going to rest. We're going to work on the chapel code. We do need a little bit of assistance, but we've got tons of things. We'll use the gift of the monkey here for that. It's like dream inspiration, basically. Okay, so that leaves us Dr. Caligar and Scholar Vitali. Don't want to do anything in the laboratory. So neither one of you can cook. You could root around in the courtyard. Then I've got really nothing for you to do. We could do something in the laboratory, but I'd rather wait for the ghost to leave first. So go ahead and dig around in the courtyard. Scholar Vitali, I just have nothing for you to do. I feel like checking out the archives is a waste at this point. We're getting hungry. I mean, I could have him eat the mushrooms just to see what happens. I don't know. It does say we could eat, but I don't know. Like, let's not try to poison everybody at the same time, maybe. Um, yeah, we could just check out the archive again. So you have that going. You have that going. You have that set. Yeah, so it's just the scholar. Yeah, it's unfortunate thing is I just don't really have much useful for you to do. just out of the hopes that maybe since we found something else, more stuff will pop up. We'll go ahead and work on the archives again. Since we've advanced the story a little bit, maybe there'll be something else that'll show up. Complete and in a timely fashion. The chapel is unlocked. We've got a couple things in there to look at. Another coded journal. And the Seeker's letter. The chapel, decorated sparsely with disturbing tapestries and scarred with obscure floor markings, this room has clearly been the site of dark events. A carved stone altar broods in a dark alcove awaiting offerings. Incantations. Interesting spot for sure. Got the weird pentagrammal thing on the ground. Seeker's letter number 3. Brother Acheron, we understand that in recovering the tear, your son has been hurt. It is unfortunate and regrettable, but do not swerve from your path now. The knowledge and power you will acquire can cleanse your son of any ailment, void-born or otherwise. You must reach further into the inner circle of the unseen twin. Only there will you find the power to heal your son and fortify your family for what is to come. Prepare your summoning chamber. Assemble the rite of the opening eye and speak with the key, the guardian of the first circle. You must pass through the darkness to reach the illumination beyond. So we saw that in reference to the other comment. There was some kind of female creature with a bifurcated head he talked to. At last the fog begins to clear. The Seekers are trying to contact Nibiru, a mythical domain of cosmic power, an unseen isle that lies hidden outside of natural time and space. Vitali frowns, looking concerned yet excited. Engaging with these histories is enlightening, but it is also dangerous. I think we can assume that Gideon has already begun his journey down that path. The chapel has clearly been used for ritualistic practices. Aster examines the thick oak door. We can assume it was locked to prevent his family from discovering his work. If he was hiding his activities here, then what might await us in the other sealed chambers? Just refocused on the chapel, alright. Another coded journal. It's a 3, which is a bit of a problem. Information held within this volume is obfuscated with an advanced symbolic code. It may require significant time and expertise to unravel. It's a 3, though, kind of like the other one. We only have, when it comes to secrets, do we have anything for secrets anymore? I don't think so. Yeah, we've got mechanical things, incantations. So I don't have what I need anymore. We burned the last couple. Maybe we'll find some stuff we can use to make once the laboratory is not haunted. We'll go ahead and throw that in the study so we're kind of ready to go. So you're resting, digging for stuff, looking in the archives. Not that that's particularly fruitful. So this helps us with, what is that, dreams. This could get us some secret inspiration, so maybe we do go ahead and eat the Raven's Cap just to see what happens at this point with anyone who's free. We could wait until they're done as well, and maybe have everybody eat the mushrooms. Is there anything productive you can do in the meantime? I mean, we could make a dream draft, I guess, but that's about it, really. And we need a couple secret boosting items. So I'm just going to hang out here for a bit. We might get lucky and get a dream that will help with that, too. Nope, just a gift of the monkey again. Yeah, nothing is showing up in the archives at all anymore. So it seems like we're getting way more mechanical than any other kind of inspiration. So we did find a healing sprig. So that was the one that made the healing dose. So we could make another one of those. And the oil bud is the machine oil, so nothing useful for secrets. So perhaps we go ahead and risk it and hope we get something for secrets by eating the Raven's Cap. I feel like it's not a great idea. Can we put everybody in here and do that? Seems like it. I don't know if that's going to affect all of us or not from being in there. So I don't know if we get multiple items or if we might all take damage. I think we should get an item each, but we're risking damage each, is what I would think. Let's see what happens. Gift of the Owl. So we just got that one thing. Yeah, kind of what I figured. That gets us part of the way there. Okay, up in the laboratory. It's really too bad we lost that LT. We probably want to dig up some more stuff. How are we doing on food and everything? Hunger is becoming a bit of an issue. So, tell you what, let's go ahead and eat really quick. Yeah, eat meal, all characters present. Do that, since we have another meal and some meat kind of ready to go. Okay, so that helps a lot. Who, if anyone, is super tired? 31% for Dr. Caligar. Yeah, let's go ahead and have you rest. Maybe we'll get a secret inspiration? I don't know. I wonder if it only gives you an inspiration related to the character that's in there resting. I haven't really paid close enough attention to see for sure. Okay, so we have a couple options. I think we want to try to find stuff to maybe make the LT again. So I think that's what I'm going to focus on. So I still just don't have much for you to do. We could cook and make another meal with you, but we could also have you forage, have you dig up stuff. I think that's going to give us the maximum chances of finding anything. So that's what we're going to do. And for you, I don't really have anything important I can do. Yeah, I literally just have nothing that I can do with you. I can't make any items, so we can't do anything with these. We can't cook anything, and I can't scrounge up anything. There's no research to be done. So I think we just kind of hang out and wait. Hope we find something that we can then turn into some extra secret. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a dream that will help us. And then maybe I'll just throw you on that if we can actually find something immediately. But probably we'll have to make something. Okay. Nothing there. Another focus fern. So this one Was that the one that made the LT? I think it was. I think so. Over here, we found a couple things. Catalytic powder, so some more for alchemy. And a ruined pot. I haven't seen that before. Oh, hey, it's two. Look at that. An old pot unearthed from a pile of debris abandoned on the cliff tops. Its mud-smeared surface displays mysterious runic markings. It might be useful for something if we can discover its provenance. Oh, actually, this is a separate research item, isn't it? I thought it was something that would help. No, it is a separate research item. We could go ahead and research that. But then I need two to deal with the coded journal. Maybe. We can continue looking for something. So the ruined pot. You've got secrets, right? Or mysteries, yes. Rested. I'm curious, I don't think we can put two people in a place. Can we? Does that work? No. Okay. Just one. Which is kind of what I thought. There's only the one spot. I'll probably throw you in the laboratory to do something. You'll probably cook that. Okay, we'll use the gift of the owl up here. So that'll let you get the ruined pot investigated. Let's go ahead and... yeah, I guess we'll have you make the tea. I'm pretty sure that made the owl tea. So we could make another dream draft. We could make some more of the oil, or we could make another healing dose. Nothing helps me like that much at the moment. I've got so many things for mechanical. Let's just make another healing draft. And then let's continue just scrounging over here. We'll probably just get to checking out the ruined pot, and then we'll probably call it for today. See how things go. I am enjoying this. It's definitely a very different kind of game. Oh. We had something just like a note just appeared in the archives without any notice, and the ghost wandering around in the dining room. We'll check out Vitali's note here. Atticus is a simple thug. The man clearly has no understanding or appreciation of anything he can't immediately hold or see. So, talking about Atticus here, and that's Vitali's note, so the scholar here. He's an unsophisticated bear, something that I might even find appealing in other circumstances, but I must remain focused on our task and advocate for brains over brawn. I'm sure that Bleakhurst sent me here because of my interest in arcane texts. They may disapprove of my specialism publicly, but they benefit from it privately. Despite common belief, many of the occult theories promoted by the Seekers have authentic grounds. It would be a great vindication if I were to unearth proof here that my focus of study was not in vain. Alright, so we might have some different motivations going on here as well. Okay. We found an odd item up there. Alright, healing dose. Hey, we got the tracing charcoal. And the LT is secrets, right? Yes, excellent. So we can immediately do that. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that first before we're done. So healing dose. Give me that. We have the tracing charcoal for secrets. We have the LT for secrets. Excellent. We have some more Raven's Cap, which we could ingest for some more insight, possibly. The meat is running out, so we probably want to cook that sometime soonish. Let's check out the pot. Task support level +1. Upgradable in the forge. So, special item. The runes around this kintsugi repaired pot seem to glow faintly, like glyphs traced in ember. Indica Unmat was a respected herbalist known for her exotic and sometimes unorthodox dishes. She claimed that the culinary benefits of this urn derived from the expert selection of spices she kept within it. Her competitors were less generous, asserting that any special flavoring came from the mysterious metal that held the shards together. So, upgradable with embers. Coals to spark creation, to melt and mold, flow and form. So it's unique, infinite use, upgradable. So we can use it over and over and over again for any, like, making victuals. So we could have anybody cook then with that, essentially. But I wonder if that's a way to increase our character stats, the upgradable thing. Huh. Okay. So that's a victual. Is that what this was? No, that's like tracking and foraging. So we could have anybody use that. So we could have anybody cook other than Atticus if we wanted to. How is everybody's sanity and tiredness looking? 14, 14, 28. You are getting a bit tired. Okay, we have enough for the coded journal, so I think we'll do that. You go ahead and rest. Scholar Vitali will go ahead and check out the coded journal with the assistance of the tracing charcoal and the LT. Here, we probably want to go ahead and cook the raw meat before it goes bad and disappears. I wonder if it becomes like rotten meat or something at some point. Might be interesting. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, I think. And then up here in the laboratory, we could make some more machine oil. Oh, no, we can't. We can only have one. Never mind. Well, we could make a dream draft then. Since we can have two. Yeah, let's do that. I do need a bit of assistance with that. We need one more of the alchemy, so we could use either catalytic powder or the worksheet. We'll use the powder. Sure, why not? Seems like the dream drafts are kind of major items. I'm kind of waiting for that to see if there's something that's going to indicate, like, hey, you should use another dream draft before we want to check and see what happens. So wait and check and see what happens with the coded journal here, this other one that we found, and then we'll probably call it for today. We did find an interesting item, though. That was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting much from digging around the cliff top. Okay. So we have another basic meal set. So once it's cooked, it's good for quite a while. Up here, we've got another dream draft, good forever. So I think we just go back to doing some more foraging while we wait. Yeah. Are a bit tired. We can continue foraging. Let's have you dig around, and you can forage out here. Doing a lot more like looking for basic resources than I expected. I don't really have much for you to do I? Yeah, I can't make anything with this, because we have a limit. You could go ahead and eat the Raven's Cap, though. But I want to do that after the ghost disappears. So I think I'm just going to have you hang out in the laboratory and not do anything. At least till the ghost disappears. If not, we finish this. Everything is moldy. Alright, Gideon's note number 6. He was dying. I had no choice. I summoned the key while the veils were still thin, and I demanded that she take him into the gardens of the First Circle. The rot will stop there. He will not worsen, but he cannot stay long without protection. He will become ash. He will wither away. That's why he's a ghost, wandering the town. Or the city. Neither one. The house. The manor. Whatever. My brain's not working. I will raise myself further. I can enter Nibiru of my own volition. I will compel the needle to cure Simon. I will bring him home. Sophia must not know. It is best she believes that I have sent him to some private city infirmary. Once I have returned, she will see the reasoning and the glorious path ahead for all of us. The shadow is cast long across this house, but perhaps there is still time. Probably not. What has Acheron done? Has he really offered his own child to some eldritch horror? Real monsters or rotten seekers, it don't matter to me. It's abduction, plain and simple. Atticus clenches his fists. We must find the boy, but I don't care if Gideon is ever seen again. Yes, Atticus seems to have made a pact with the Communion, or the entities they revere, and to hide this from his wife, such arrogance. Sophia Acheron is no idiot. Her intellect is easily a match for her husband. She will not be fooled. Aster adjusts her goggles anxiously. But of more pressing concerns, who is this key? A demon? A seeker? Or something else? If my memory serves me correctly, the key is an instrument of Nibiru, the chief doorkeep of the unseen twin. If Gideon has awoken such an entity, then we will face more fearsome dangers than the Communion's thugs. Alright, we'll send that. This looks like a center eye piece to me. Hey, look at that. 2 more to go, theoretically. Okay. I think... How are we doing on tiredness? You're actually injured. I think probably from eating the mushroom. You can rest. And then I'm going to wait till the ghost is gone. Okay. Then I'm going to have you probably just go ahead and eat the other mushroom anyway. Have fun with that. So maybe that'll give us some inspiration. Why not? So I think we'll go ahead and call it there. So we are working on this. So probably if I save it and come back, this progress is going to be gone. But if it is, it's not a huge deal. We made some good progress. We found a bunch more of the symbols. It definitely seems like we're at where we need to be. I wonder if something at some point is going to ask me to enter like the symbols or something in a certain order. And the only way you'd know the order would be putting it in the correct combination. I'm not sure that this is correct, but I think it is. It does look like it could even be further out, but I'm going to guess it's something like this here initially. All right, doing pretty well. I've kind of figured out some of the mechanics with the kind of the limits on things. We do have ways to get rid of some madness, get rid of some health damage. We do have quite a few boosters. Seems like the secrets one is the main one we're kind of missing and running out of all the time. But yeah, this has been more of the Horror at Highrook. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.